Morning, afternoon, or evening. It looks like you are opting to watch a video that comes in more than one part, probably because it was lengthy and we like to keep them kind of short so people don't have to sit too long. So this could be a two-parter, three-parter, or four-parter. I don't know which one you're looking at, but just wanted to let you know if you are on, say, part one and it has a part two, that part originally will come out on a date separate than part one. So just keep a lookout for the same title name where it says part two, part three, or part four, and you should find your way accordingly. I hope you enjoy and I hope it helps clear up some sort of concept that someone was asking about. I'll see you later. Bye-bye now. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. There was a request by somebody if I could do some sort of video explanation on filling out the function report, the SSA 3373, for someone who is a mental health disability claim in six. Let's move down to number six. This is the top of the second page. If you look at it, it says page 4 of 10, but that's only because they have instructional disclaimer pages in the front of the standard SSA 3373. And this, of course, is the February 2024 version. You wake up at 1 in the afternoon, even though you were in bed by 10 or 11. You wake up groggy. Medication side effects, and I should bring that up for number 5. If your medications require that you go take a nap or make you nauseous, or whatever the side effects are, I would throw them in there because the side effects will affect some semblance of jobs, maybe not all the ones you need to, but they help nick away at some of the others. So I would include those. If they make you very groggy, if they make you irritable, I would include that. I would also include the taking of the medicines in the number 6, although they know you take them if you listed them elsewhere. Excess sleep, if you have to nap regardless. Let's say you get up late and then by 3 o'clock you got to take another snoozy, whatever the case may be. Depression and anxiety does seem to make us want to escape the world. And I say want, but we don't really want it. We're just it's like we have no choice, right? And I don't want to say that too heavily because there often is a choice, but it is a big, huge uphill climb to make it as opposed to someone else who could just hop to it. And that's the struggle, right? The sleeping, which seems to be very prevalent amongst depressed people and probably a bit of the anxious people too. I would be putting that in number 6. If the tearfulness, my day is interrupted by bouts of tearfulness or panic attacks. You kind of want to talk about how often they are because they're probably not going to believe it's all day long. So try to hone it, if this happens to you, as to when it does on certain days of this. You go to your medical appointments, obviously, you have therapy. You should be having therapy or else you're not going to win your case. 6 might look really boring. It might take you 3 paraphrases or short phrases to say. I get up. It might be that I sit in front of the TV because I just can't even motivate or have energy to do anything and I fall asleep in the recliner or whatever. You're not in the recliner like some people are for physical pain reasons or leg edema or anything like that. It's just that you're trying not to be in your bed all the time and you want to be in the living room where at least you can feel like you're half alive, and you might have the TV on to help pass the time so you're not totally alone with your head. So you can explain that. If you fall asleep in front of the TV in short order, I would say that too. I try to watch TV or I try to watch videos on self-help or I don't know, whatever you do. And I invariably, despite being in bed for 14 hours the night before, I am falling asleep in the chair. Those are the kind of things I would include. Maybe what time you go to bed, maybe what time you wake up, maybe if it takes you a while you wake up but you lie in bed because you're so brain fogged out. Yeah, that's where I would be leaning. And then if you go through questions in the rest of the function report, this happens a lot of the time when I work with clients on their function report. Something will come up later in one of the later questions, and I'll be like, oh, that will be perfect to add to 5 and 6. Since you said it here, let's see how you work, how you work that into your day, like your day's schedule as we're doing here in number 6. Or you definitely want to add it to number 5 because what they said later is like, oh my gosh, it completely would interfere with certain jobs. So we want it in by and large. Okay, number 7, do you take care of anyone else, such as husband, wife, children, grandchildren, parents, friend, or other? If you are a caretaker, and I don't mean someone who just occasionally goes to your mom's house and cleans her toilet. That's not caretaking. That's helping a loved one. But if people live with you and you're responsible for their basic needs, feeding them or dressing them, and you're able to do it, that's going to be real troublesome. Doesn't mean you don't have depression. However, you're able to rise to do the chores that are inherent in caretaking. Take it from me, I know it's very exhausting, particularly when you're trying to keep a good attitude, right? So, hi, Tasha. Hold on, guys. Maybe she wants to say, oops, that's going the wrong way. Oh, maybe I do it here. I don't know what I'm doing. Just in case. No, you're not gonna be able to see her. Sorry. I guess because of that background or whatever. All right. Next time, we'll have the regular room back here. So think long and hard. A lot of people, and I've said this in other videos when it didn't have to do with mental health, they feel sometimes they want to talk about their family because they think it's important that they represent what a loving parent they are, even if they can't do all the things they would have liked to do, like play football with a 10-year-old or whatever. So they want to say that, yes, they caretake. And if you are going to say yes, and you sometimes give advice to a younger, say a child or grandchild, I don't know if that's caretaking. Because the question is, do you take care of? The question is not, do you occasionally give advice to? But sometimes I think people put it there because they want the reader to know what a good person they are, a loving family member. And they're not letting their family suffer because of their own issues. Think long and hard about how much you do that and whether you're exaggerating. Because if you are significantly impaired, that stuff honestly falls much to the wayside. So try not to exaggerate it out because you feel guilty, and you probably do. If you're filing for SSD for mental health, you probably do feel terrible about it. And I feel for you. I do understand that. But here's not the way to make yourself feel better. Be honest. If you're not actually doing the caretaking, you just all kind of live under one roof and someone else kind of oversees everything, the other spouse or whoever. That's Tasha, like I said. I would just lay low with that. Same thing with taking care of pets or other animals, but to a lesser degree. That part is over. If you're looking for the following part, if there is one, or a preceding part to the same video that was longer, just look under the channel for the same title video. They are named the same, and they just have part 1, part 2, part 3, or whatever part it is. So feel free to take a look, see, and complete the video. Take care.